What's up, everybody? I'm back and I'm continuing to go over Scott Peterson's case. Just like I've done a number of other cases on this channel, I've gone back to the very beginning. And what I'm doing is I'm going over everything that was being printed in the press at the time everything was going on. Sort of like a live timeline of events, but a live timeline of events of something that happened 22 years ago. In today's video, we are going back to January 2003. The first article is from January 11th, 2003, and the headline is, "Search for Woman Continues. Divers to check object in Marina. The frazzled, red-eyed volunteers in the narrow conference room at the Red Line Hotel here have been trying for almost 3 weeks to help find Laci Peterson, despite few leads in the investigation into her disappearance. During the search for the missing pregnant woman on Thursday, a sonar search of the water at the Berkeley Marina, where Scott Peterson says he was fishing the day she went missing, turned up a submerged object that may be a human body. Modesto police said the findings hasn't deterred volunteers. My take on that is thanks for giving me the heads up, but until someone tells me it's Laci, I'm going to come to work and do my job," said Terry Western, who has been coordinating the volunteer center at the hotel since Peterson's husband reported her missing on Christmas Eve. The Modesto Police Department said inclement weather and diver fatigue prevented them from retrieving the object or investigating any further on Thursday night. Police said the divers plan to search the marina again Saturday to confirm the existence of the submerged object and to identify it. It was found after authorities pulled one body from the water Thursday, but they quickly said it was not Peterson's. Information about the body was not immediately available. In the meantime, volunteers at the TNE Center are making and distributing flyers, maintaining the Laci Peterson website, answering the sympathetic emails, and waiting. If this was your child, and I consider Laci my child since I've known her since she was in 3rd grade, you would be doing this as well," said Western, whose daughter Stacy Boyers is Peterson's best friend. The Modesto woman was 8 months pregnant at the time of her disappearance. Scott Peterson, Laci's husband, has not been named as a suspect in the case, and police said they have not ruled out anyone in the woman's disappearance. Scott Peterson has not spoken with the media, and police described him as less cooperative, but volunteers say he comes into the hotel headquarters early in the morning. "Scott is devastated," said Ron Gransky, Laci's stepfather. "I know what we're going through, but he's got double. The press is questioning him, but all he wants to do is find his wife. We definitely have our moments. It's hard those times when it's quiet. Thank God there's always people around to help." A reward for Laci's Peterson return has grown to $500,000. The next article we are going to go over is from January the 12th, 2003. Family member. Object in Marina was an anchor, not missing woman. The sister-in-law of missing Modesto woman said Saturday the unidentified object found in the Berkeley Marina was a boat anchor, not a human body, as feared. "I have to laugh," as said Susan Caudillo, as volunteers applauded and cheered. It's a very common thing to have in a marina. We just knew it wasn't going to be Laci. Laci has been missing since Christmas Eve. Instead of celebrating, her family and friends gathered to post flyers for the missing woman, and divers searched by hand along the floor of the Berkeley Marina for an unidentified object, which turned out to be an anchor spotted earlier. Friends had planned to attend brunch at Laci Peterson's house to mark the upcoming birth of her first child. Instead, today for me, it's just another day of volunteering to bring her home, said Kim McNeely, Laci Peterson's friend since junior high school. Nearly 100 miles to the west, divers searched the Berkeley Marina, where Scott Petersons, the woman's husband and father of the child, said he was fishing the day his wife went missing. Authorities mapped out a 18,432 square foot grid surrounding a submerged object spotted by sonar late Thursday. Volunteer divers headed 25 feet down to scour the floor of San Francisco Bay. The dive teams located an anchor that was sunk down into the bottom part of the bay, said Ron Cloward, police sergeant. We rechecked with sonar to confirm the area was clear of other objects. About 100 people from at least 7 state and local agencies participated in the search. Peterson last saw Laci on the morning of December 24th. On the next article is January the 13th, 2003. Search for missing woman shifts from Bay. One day after high-profile search of San Francisco Bay turned up nothing more than an old boat anchor, police continued looking for a missing pregnant woman Sunday, but refused to say where their efforts were focused. The search for Laci Peterson, who vanished Christmas Eve from her Modesto neighborhood, had included volunteer divers who scoured the bottom of the bay near the Berkeley Marina on Saturday. Modesto police spokesman Doug Ridenour said authorities kept searching elsewhere Sunday, but he declined to be more specific and acknowledged no further work was planned in Berkeley. For right now, Berkeley appears to be clear. We are not planning to go back there unless some new leads suggest we should go back there. Peterson's husband, Scott Peterson, said he was fishing in the bay near the marina when his wife disappeared. The spokesperson said the investigation was never focused solely on Berkeley. Berkeley was just one of a number of searches we were doing. Peterson, who was 8 months pregnant when she disappeared, had planned to have a baby shower Saturday, and volunteers said they were relieved when the search turned up an anchor rather than a body. They've remained focused, said Kim Peterson, Petersen, spelled differently, executive director of the Carol Sund Carrington Memorial Reward Foundation, a group assisting the volunteer effort and offering a reward for information leading to Peterson's return. Volunteers are working to distribute more flyers about the case, Peterson said, and trying to keep the disappearance in the public eye. There are a lot of people who are staying on top of this, Peterson said. The search of all those Peterson was Kim Peterson, not the other Petersons. The search of the bay Saturday focused on an 18,432 square foot grid surrounding a submerged object. By sonar late Thursday, volunteer divers headed 25 feet down to look for it. The dive teams located an anchor that was sunk into the bottom part of the bay. We rechecked with sonar to confirm the area was clear of any other objects. The next article is from January the 18th, 2023. And this is where it begins to get very, very interesting. This is the first real article where people are starting to doubt Scott Peterson. Family of missing Modesto woman says her husband lied to them. The family of Laci Peterson, a missing pregnant woman, said Friday they believe the woman's husband has lied to them and asked him to cooperate with police and tell them everything he knows. The family is asking him to tell everything he knows and to fully cooperate with the Modesto Police Department, said Kim Peterson, again spelled differently. A family spokesperson woman. Their family is the most important thing to them, and if Scott has nothing to hide, they ask him to prove that. Peterson said police have shown the family recent photographs of Scott Peterson with a girlfriend. The husband had previously denied a relationship, said the family. Now, however, they believe he has lied to them about this and possibly other things as well. Laci Peterson of Modesto is reported missing on Christmas Eve. Modesto police repeatedly searched the waters of the marina but found no signs of the missing woman. Police indicated Friday that the search continues. Today, we continue to investigate leads and search areas surrounding Stanislaus County. Those locations will not be revealed at this time. Police did not indicate to the family if investigators believed Scott Peterson was responsible for his wife's disappearance, according to Kim Peterson. Police have said that the husband has been less cooperative. The family knows that the police are doing their job, Kim Peterson said. They don't want to do anything that can hurt their chances of finding Laci. Kim Peterson, who is the executive director of the Carol Sund Carrington Memorial Reward Foundation, which is sponsoring a reward for Laci's safe return. Volunteers also canceled plans to open a one-day center in Los Angeles on Sunday. Although Laci has not been located yet, our search efforts will not stop. We will continue to search for Laci and her baby boy. Meanwhile, Laci Peterson's husband told KNTV in San Jose he doesn't care that he has been the subject of scrutiny as part of the investigation as long as it works to bring his wife back home. Make me the biggest villain in the world if you want to, as long as it keeps her photograph in the press, Scott Peterson said. I really don't care what people think of me as long as it continues to keep Laci's picture, description, tip line in the media. So that's the last article we are going to go over today. It's the first time Scott Peterson is really mentioned as doing something negative in the press. The photograph of him and his girlfriend started to make rounds. He initially denied it, of course, but then when the photograph became public, what are you going to do? He's obviously caught in that case. The family of Laci Peterson realizes now that he's been lying to them this entire time. Things are beginning to pick up and get very interesting in January of 2003. But what do you think? What do you think of the entire thing? What do you think of the LA Innocent Project taking up Scott Peterson's case? Do you think there's a chance at all he didn't do it? Do you think it had something to do with the burglary across the street? Or do you just straight up think Scott Peterson is guilty? Let me know. Leave some comments below. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.